Hello my gorgeous Leo, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your weekly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you my gorgeous Leone, and it's in between the 12th and the 18th of September 2022. Why this week it's going to be really interesting is purely because of the situation that is going to take place at the beginning of this week. Indeed, the situation that I'm talking about is you suddenly becoming aware of like the specific situation in your life that was really kind of like starting to worry you, that was really kind of bringing you down for a quite while now, because you knew that that specific situation in your life, it's making you quite unhappy, and it's also like kind of prolonging things for you and became like a little bit of problem in itself. And it's a lot to do with the rest of the things that are going on in your life being slowed down, because that particular thing that I'm talking about, it's something that means to you so much, but it was stuck in the process. And it was stuck in the process, you know, and I am going back, you know, like about couple of years. Within the last couple of years, something happened, you know, the changes on the outside, you know, in this world affected you in such a way where the specific certain plan that you had to simply put on hold. So it's to do with a plan that you had to put on hold, and you just had to kind of like in a way hope for the right moment or hope for the right unfoldment in your life to take that on and basically take it on the next level. This part of your life means to you a lot, and I'm telling you that it happened within the last couple of years when, you know, certain things on the outside affected your planning. And now I'm not saying that you were unhappy, but I'm just saying that this, you know, affected you because you were waiting for this, you were waiting for this, you were waiting for this. And this is a lot to do with your development. It's a lot to do with your life, like in general, but it's also to do with a lot with you going on the next stage of your life finally. So the information that you are going to have at the beginning of the week, it's actually going to be brilliant. It's going to be bizarre information, strange information, and it's going to be like, you know, it's to do with, you know, with the world on the outside. It's nothing to do with you, but that specific information that is going to be really weird. When you become aware of that information, what you're going to be thinking and what is going to be on your mind, it's like, oh my God, I've heard about this and I've heard about that, and nothing surprises me anymore. And this is how you're going to feel. Nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing surprises me anymore. It's going to be like almost unbelievable to believe, but it's again nothing to do with your life, like your personal life, your little spiritual bubble. No, baby, no. It's to do with the things on the outside. And that in itself, it's first going to make you think like, oh my God, you know, but then again, very soon, like almost immediately, you know, oh my God, something is going to come to you completely out of the blue. And this is the baby that I'm talking about. Something is going to come to you completely out of the blue, and I like it because that particular almost like a situation, you know, that particular thing that it's actually going to come to you, it's not only going to open your eyes, but it's going to provide you with the actual ability to reflect on what you've heard almost immediately in such a way where you're going to become aware of a different way of doing something, of a different way of getting somewhere, because you are going to be able to kind of like see completely different picture from a completely different angle. What you're going to become aware of, it's going to open your eyes, but most importantly, it's going to give you the ability to see some kind of problem, you know, from that is to do with your life, this problem, from a completely different angle. So this is going to be brilliant, because that in itself, it's also going to really kind of help you out so much. But primarily, it's to do with you finding out a different way how to get somewhere. But this is to do with your devotion. This is to do with something that means to you so much, my gorgeous Leone. I cannot stress enough how much this means to you. Emotionally, you're going to feel like, oh my God. But then at the end of the day, this is like kind of marking the beginning, the whole new beginning of the whole new stage when it comes to you continuing with something that means to you like the world, something that means to you the most. That's something that means to you so much. So it's all about you knowing exactly like what you're gonna do next. Like it's like gonna start. It's gonna like kind of become like the beginning of the plan. Look at this. What situation, my gorgeous Leonie, when it comes to that specific situation that you're going to be able to see from a completely different angle, this is absolutely brilliant. On one hand, what you're going to hear on the outside is going to be bizarre, strange, unusual information, but as I said, at the end of the day, this is going to work for you brilliantly, what you're going to hear on the outside, because on one hand, it's all about you kind of like knowing and not being surprised completely anymore by what you hear from the outside. But then on another hand, that in itself is just almost immediately something is going to click, like, oh my god, like almost this is exactly what you needed in order to kind of like to be completely able to understand through some kind of confirmation that now it's more simply time. Look at this. It's brilliant because it's going to help you to really start removing yourself from the life that out of the satisfaction, from things that you feel like very dissatisfied about, and you felt for a long time. But on another hand, this is all going to lead towards the actual ultimate happiness when it comes to you feeling so proud of yourself, you making the right step, you making the necessary step, not only emotionally like, oh my god, this is going to give you so much to look forward to, but this is going to put you towards one of the most powerful destinations of your life, towards the ultimate happiness. It's going to put you on the path where absolutely no way that you're not going to achieve one of the greatest things in your life. Emotionally, you're going to reach an absolutely mind-blowing contentment, but also when it comes to you having absolutely everything that you need in this life to be happy, and content, and also when it comes to your finances and financial situation, this is all going towards something really, really big indeed. And in fact, I can actually tell you that what is happening right now, you are going to see a mind-blowing results already when it comes to the actual December 2022 and January 2023. There is a very, very powerful connection when it comes to these 2 months as well, especially when it comes to you realizing the actual outcome, but at the same time it's just all about you really kind of becoming aware at the same time, like some kind of people conflicting themselves, which also at the beginning of the week, this in itself, it's all going to contribute towards you even more understanding exactly what do you need to do. On another hand, this situation, my gorgeous Leonie, also it's going to be so brilliant, when it comes to people in your life, when it comes to you connecting and reconnecting with people in your life that exist, but also at the same time, this is about to open the whole new path when it comes to you letting a very, very kind of powerful people into your life, very significant people into your life. When I say powerful people, it's to do with the people who are going to be playing a really important role as well. But don't also forget that when you become aware of what exactly do you need to do when it comes to you getting that different perspective, how to get somewhere where you want to get in a different way. It's all about how to get somewhere where you want to get in a slightly different way, because you will know now this is something that you need to do. But at the same time, you must understand it's like the power of cooperation. You need to cooperate as much as you can. You need to talk as much as you can. You need to express yourself as much as you can, because you are, by talking, by expressing yourself, by communicating, by putting your foot down, by staying true to yourself, something is going to come to you, my gorgeous Leonie. And what is going to come to you, it's going to be connected to a really wise choice, a really, really wise choice, another wise choice, so this is to do with you kind of finding a different way to start with, how to get somewhere where you want to get. But then again, there is a really powerful and wise choice going to come out of it, and you're going to become aware of that wise choice. And let me show you this. Look, when it comes to that wise choice, I'm just going to shuffle this oracle, my gorgeous Leonie. When it comes to that wise choice, what is this wise choice? Look at this. This in itself, as soon as you become aware of this wise choice, at that moment in time, something is going to come to you. It's like something that happened to you a long time ago, and something that you didn't get over. and that is important for you to understand and to identify and to establish what exactly this is, because something is still holding you down. This is a very difficult to explain, but it's to do with your spiritual journey, and it's to do with like quite a lot happening this week in terms of your development. It's gonna be big jump, big mama, big step mama, indeed. But at the same time, you know, when that happens, we do kind of need to establish and realize which cord, karmic cord, do we need to cut, and that is very important, because something that happened to you a long time ago, now this is gonna be on your mind. Suddenly you're gonna be like kind of angry with someone, or you're gonna feel negative about someone, but this is actually a really good sign. So it's to do with a little trauma from the past, and I say a little trauma because that's exactly what it should be at this moment in time, because now it came to an end. But you need to do the final cut here. You need to establish what this is, and the way you're gonna do the final cut, my gorgeous Leonie, is like by purely like kind of forgiving to someone. I know it's easy to say forgive and forget, but this is it. You're releasing yourself from the journey that you've been over. You've learned some really important lesson, and this is something that you're gonna need to do when it comes to that wise choice. So don't be surprised when you're thinking about a really wise choice that it's going to be completely, you know, it's gonna also give you courage. You're gonna instantly feel like, oh my god, this wise choice is amazing. If I was aware of this wise choice that you're gonna kind of become aware of out of this situation, at the same time normally it would be like, no baby, no, but now you're gonna feel that courage, and now you will know that this is exactly the time of your own healing. So this healing is going to kind of like really in turn your energy into a very courageous energy, and it's also going to reflect on your strength. But then at the same time, what you need to understand when it comes to that wise choice, it's very important just to kind of like think about the balance. The balance is ridiculously important, like, oh my god. So if you feel like things are getting a little bit too much, especially at the time when you become aware of that wise choice. I know I said a wise choice millions of times, but this is because subconsciously you're going to be very strong and very powerful, and this choice is going to seem like a really amazing in itself, and you're not going to be able to kind of believe how strongly you're going to feel about it. But at the same time, it is very kind of like look, and that wise choice, there you go. I'm going to use these tarot cards, and I'm just going to tell you what this wise choice is going to be. This wise choice is going to be brilliant, you see, but it's important for you to understand when it comes to this wise choice, you must at all costs take a little break, just only 1 day, 2 days, maybe it's just, I know I always say this, I'm sorry, but it is important. We are the nature, we are part of the nature, we are spiritual beings, you know. Our connection with the nature is mind-blowing, and sometimes people tend to forget this because we've got all these computers and all these things around us, and people get lost, sadly, unfortunately. But in order to come back home to ourselves, in order to make the best possible spiritual journey that we can have, to make the most of it, it's always try to reconnect with the nature as much as you can. I know it sounds crazy maybe to some of you, but this is the truth. You just touch the ground, it's like, oh my god, you just like walk on the ground with a barefoot, you know, on the actual earth, you know, with a barefoot, and then you are healing yourself. You are creating this powerful energy that is like nothing else, and that in itself like kind of like also like kind of brings this like energy within yourself, within your spiritual being, like, and it's cleansing you at the same time, but it's regenerating you, and it's giving you more power, not only when it comes to your physical body, when it comes to your spiritual body, but also when it comes to like knowing exactly what you need to do. And this is the reason why I'm saying this to you, my gorgeous Leonie, that you're gonna need to take a day or two, maybe a little break, just relax and chill out, because while you're taking this break, so whether you're gonna go inside to be within the forest, whether you're gonna meditate for a day or two, maybe you're just gonna take some time out and relax, you know, for a day or two, but it's important to take a day or two out, like, you know, if you possibly can. I know it's easy to say, but if you possibly can, it would be superb. Why? Because while you're relaxing, at the same time, something is going to come to you. you know, like when it comes to that wise choice, you know, you're still not going to be like kind of like too certain about it. And look, when it comes to that wise choice, look at this. I'm just going to shuffle these cards, my gorgeous Leonie. When it comes to that wise choice, you see that wise choice, it's also, this is gonna, you taking a day or two out, it's gonna prevent you from having a little conflict. That's one thing, okay? And also you taking a day out and or 2 days out, it's also kind of going to make you aware something is going to come to you. So it's all about you kind of relaxing, chilling out, and then without too much thinking, because this is the state of mind that you need to get. When I say you need to take a day or two out, it's all about getting to the state of mind when you're not thinking like too intensely, because when we're thinking too intensely about something, very often we don't see things that are right in front of us. When you take a day out, day off, 1 or 2, then at the same time, you know, something is going to come to you on like without you thinking about it naturally, when it comes to that wise choice. And you're going to realize 2 things. Number 1, what you're going to realize is that you need to be patient, and number 2, what you're going to realize there's some kind of sense of timing, it's going to come to you. And number 2, what you're going to also realize is that, you know, it's all about you being as direct as possible. This is going to help you to gather the strength to make a really powerful move, really brave move. And that brave move you can only make by being as direct as you possibly can. But that in itself is going to make you aware that you may be direct with the people who are like, oh God, no baby, no, like really intimidating and things like that. But this is something that you're going to need to do. So this is why I need you to understand this. And also this is going to lead towards you completely wanting to remove yourself from the life that you do not want to live anymore. And it's going to help you to be so honest with yourself, because by the mid of this week, it's all about you kind of finding yourself on this powerful quest where you're just going to understand how much you want more out of this life. And you know, things that didn't make sense in your life that you went through, it's all going to start making sense, because by the time you get to the mid part of this week, it's all about you kind of understanding, you know, this is when things are going to become really interesting. At around the midweek, you're going to understand, you know, that it's all about that final push. It's about the final push that you need to make. And when it comes to that final push that you're going to need to make at around the midweek, my gorgeous Leonie, look, when it comes to that final push, this is all about like before you really kind of take this particular plan on. You know, it's to do with your future. This is a lot to do with your future planning. It's a lot to do with your ambition. It's a lot to do with your success. It's a lot to do with your development. It's a lot to do with your life in general. Every single thing in your life is going to be affected by this. But this is one final push. It's also, this is when things are going to start becoming really interesting. When it comes to this one final push, it's to do with the life that was, look at this, it's to do with like a devilish energy, it's to do with lots of negativity and all the things that have kind of slowed you down. But then again, it's nothing to do with you, with your personal life, but it's a lot to do with a certain maybe kind of like a things that were going on the outside, which like just kind of, it started to become like a rather unhealthy attachment, because sometimes you were paying attention to things that you didn't even realize within your subconscious mind, which was like kind of slowing you down quite a lot. So the midweek, it's all about you making a final push, and once you do that, it's almost like you're going to understand what exactly do you need to do. But then at the same time, you are going to feel a little bit nervous, because you're going to be worried. This final push that you're going to need to make, it's a lot to do with having a very specific conversation with someone, but at the same time you are going to feel like a little bit nervous. And once that happens, there is going to be just like, oh my God, once you make this final push, this is so important to mention, like it's a final push, because once you do that, something is going to take place, a completely unexpected situation is going to take place, and you are going to feel blown away completely. Something is going to surprise you, a completely unexpected situation is going to take place. A couple of people are going to show their real face, but this is going to be for the better. This is exactly what you needed, because once that unusual situation situation, unexpected situation takes place, first of all, you're going to feel like, oh my God, a little bit scared, a little bit out of balance, but it's not going to last that long, because that in itself is going to work out brilliantly for you, because you're going to realize that, you know what, this was for the best. Absolutely for the best. And this in itself, the situation is going to mark completely the certain period and certain stage that came to an end, and there is nothing else that you are going to be able to do, absolutely nothing else but to move on. And first of all, you're going to be like, oh my God, a little bit scared, a little bit nervous. It's like, oh my God, what's happening? Like, I'm thrown out of balance. No, baby, no. But very soon, this is all going to become really, really delicious. This is going to become really powerful moment in time, because that in itself, it's actually going to make you aware of that subconsciously and very secretly, you were hoping that this is actually going to come to an end. And even more so, you are gonna really kind of use that situation in order to kind of like really kind of like, on one hand, to have a compromise, you know, with someone. That situation, it's going to give you the certain knowledge, the relevant knowledge, in order to kind of like have a certain particular response to someone when it comes to the certain like some kind of like not a cooperation, but there is going to be some kind of like a dilemma that you are going to have after that moment in time. And what happened here is like some kind of lesson that you learned, that you're going to be able to apply to the actual situation when you're going to be facing a certain dilemma at around the midweek as well. And dilemma that you are going to be facing, normally you wouldn't know what to do, but now this is going to lead towards a very, very successful compromise, because I'm keep on saying and I'm keep on repeating that this little bit of a tower situation in the midweek, it's gonna like be a massive, enormous learning experience, and this is gonna inspire you so much, my gorgeous Leone, indeed, because this is gonna not only lead towards an amazing compromise because of the knowledge that you are going to have, but it's also going to inspire you. It's going to make you feel really artistic, you know, it's going to make you feel really good about yourself, and that in itself is going to lead towards the last part of this week, where you are absolutely going to feel like such an inspiration, like this is brilliant. So the last part of this week, all you need to pay attention to is where this absolutely mind-blowing inspiration is coming from. Your passion, it's about to be ignited like never before. You're about to feel the energy and vibration like never ever before. And this in itself, it's also going to give you the beautiful opportunity to give credit to yourself. Suddenly you're going to realize not only this absolutely mind-blowing passion, because you are gonna be, you know, it's like all about the inspiration, you know, and your passion is going to be ignited, and you need to pay attention to what exactly is inspiring you so much, because that in itself, it's also like a really marking such an important stage when it comes to you like making one of the most important decisions of your lives. And the decision, you know, you see, when it comes to that passion being ignited, look at this, my gorgeous Leone, when it comes to that passion being ignited, at the same time, you need to understand that you are going to find yourself at the beginning of a very, very special journey. You need to pay attention to what is causing you to feel so passionate at the end of the week, because what is actually causing you to feel so passionate, it's also at the same time going to make you feel ridiculously enthusiastic, and it's also going to reveal through your own intuition, you will know that it is also going to reveal the part of your life that you need, like, oh my God, you need to explore. You need to explore that part of your life, because that part of your life is not only bringing you absolutely mind-blowing prospects, but it's also bringing you unlimited possibilities. It's bringing such a powerful energy into your life, and it's going to make you feel so much better about yourself. But at the same time, you will be able to reflect on so many things that you have done, you know, in the past, and you will be able to see them from a much higher angle, and you're going to be wondering why didn't congratulate yourself on how amazing you are. But this doesn't matter, because it means that you're coming home to yourself. It means that you're coming home to your spirit, and it also means that karmically you have been through a lot. So now this is naturally going to lead towards the brand new beginning, which is so needed in your life, my gorgeous gorgeous Leone, indeed. So pay attention to what's making you feel so passionate at the beginning of the week, because that, my gorgeous Leone, it's going to lead to towards one of the most powerful new beginnings and new stages in your life. That it's not only going to change absolutely everything, because remember what's happening this week, it's only the beginning, and you will be able to see the direct outcome in December and January 2023. But trust me, this is only the beginning, not only of a whole new stage, not only of a much happier you, not only when your development is just gonna like a skyrocket, you know, in the best possible way, but it's also leading towards you like you know, like doing the best possible thing when it comes to having one of the greatest accomplishments of your life. It is going to lead not only towards the actual life of luxury, but it's also going to lead towards the actual ultimate happiness. And when I say the life of luxury, it doesn't have to be necessarily money, finances and things like that. No baby, no. Whatever this means to you, the life of luxury could even mean you just living in the middle of the forest. If beautiful, you living in the middle of the forest, you know, if you want to, that's your luxury. For example, you know, the luxury can come in so many different ways, but this, my gorgeous Leone, is going to lead towards the brand new beginning. You deserve this so much. Okay, my gorgeous Leone, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.